Hey y'all, good morning. It's Friday. I'm happy that it's Friday, but I got some misgivings because it'll be this weekend. Sunday will be 1 week that Kobe Bryant and Gigi and all their friends died in a helicopter crash. And I have been thinking about this really on a subconscious level. Okay, I haven't been thinking about this consciously, but like when I pray to God for a good death, that means in my sleep with no pain and surrounded by people that I love and care for and people who love and care for me. That is my idea of a good death. Now, when I think about in the past, namely Jesus was crucified. That's pretty horrible. And the Jews like to make a big deal about, oh, well, none of his bones were broken. He hung up there for everybody to see, which is embarrassing. We don't even know if his junk was out or what. Those Romans beat his behind. Really? What kind of death is that? If people look at that and be like, he couldn't have been a good man for them to be able to do that. God wouldn't have allowed him to die like that. That's not right. Okay? Well, he died like that for to give us a relationship back with God. Now, couldn't Jesus have died a nice, restful death after a long life? You know, did he really have to suffer like that? I don't know. But did he suffer? Yes. Did he die? Yes. Does it keep us from suffering? Well, does it? I'll tell you something else I thought about. Super Bowl is coming up, right? And J-Lo is doing halftime. If that ain't suffering, I don't know what is, okay? I don't know. But that seems like some suffering to me. Will I be watching? No, I will not. Is a lot of people on edge about Kobe's death and what's going on and Super Bowl and all of that. Yep. Has it stopped the sun from shining? Nope. Has it did anything else? Ain't stopped nothing. Life going on. We got a 70% chance of rain today in Seattle. Look, Kitten don't care. Kitten is like, psh, whatever, yo. Ain't stopped a thing for Miss Kitten, honey. That's my coffee. My cafe. Okay. So, do I still think it's sad? Yeah. His wife Vanessa has made a whatchamadoodle, but oh well. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Oh, let me see what I can find, y'all. I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I can never find my glasses. So basically, this is the good part that I feel about Kobe and Gigi and their friends' death. They can be cut open for the autopsy. Their brains won't be removed. You know, oh, I just hate the whole process. Oh, I hate it. To have somebody touching your innards like that. So, in that way, to me, they all definitely received a fabulous death, because they don't have to be concerned about somebody desecrating their bodies in the name of science. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so this is 13 things they won't tell you. Okay, and you saw I just looked in the back, and isn't this a cute coffee cup? And I got it from American Greetings. I bought all these cards, and I got this free. It's good, it don't leak, but my coffee is hot. So good. Okay. So this is for Kobe, Gigi, and all the rest of them. I wanted to look up cremation, but I think I got to the wrong page. Okay, so let's just go through it. This is what your funeral director won't tell you, page 229. Here are more than a few money-saving secrets funeral directors aren't taking to the grave. Go ahead and plan your funeral, but think twice before paying in advance. Pre-need. You risk losing everything if the funeral home goes out of business. Instead, keep your money in a pay-on-death account at your bank. What? Did you know about that account? A pay-on-death account at your bank. If you or your spouse is an honorably discharged veteran, burial is free at a Veterans Affairs National Cemetery. This includes a grave, vault, opening and closing, marker, and setting fee. So that's not the tombstone, is it? No, it ain't. You can buy caskets that are just as nice as the ones in my showroom for thousands of dollars less online from Walmart, Costco, or straight from a manufacturer. Where do you store it at? Okay. On a budget or concerned about the environment, consider a rental casket. Y'all, this is a thing. I'm not making this up. I'm reading it verbatim in the book. They have rental caskets, y'all. Oh my God. I wonder about the gold casket that Whitney was buried in. Was that a rental or is that in the ground? I think that was a rental. Running a funeral home without a refrigerated holding room is like running a restaurant without a walk-in cooler. But many funeral homes don't offer one because they want you to pay for the more costly option, embalming. Most bodies can be presented very nicely without it if you have the viewing within a few days of death. They don't embalm them anyway, y'all. Honestly. Because how do you embalm paper? Which is what they're replacing the organs with. Oh, it's just sickening. Some hard sell phrases to be wary of. given your position in the community. I'm sure you want what's best for your mother, and your mother had excellent taste. When she made arrangements for Aunt Nellie, this is what she chose. Okay. Protective caskets with a rubber gasket. They don't stop decomposition. In fact, the moisture and gases they trap inside have caused caskets to explode. If there's no low-cost casket in the display room, ask to see one anyway. Some funeral homes hide them in the basement or the boiler room. Ask the crematory to return the ashes in a plain metal or plastic container, not a stamped temporary container. That's just a sleazy tactic to get you to purchase a more expensive urn. Sure, you can store ashes in an urn or scatter them somewhere special, but nowadays you can also have them crushed into a real diamond. Oh my God, I can't. Integrated into an underwater coral reef or blasted into space. Shop around. Prices at funeral homes vary widely, with direct cremation costing $500 at one funeral home and $3,000 down the street. Federal law requires that the prices be provided over the phone. Yes, technically I am an undertaker or a mortician, but doesn't funeral director have a nicer ring to it? Never trust a funeral director who says, "This is the last thing you can do for your loved one." Always bring another person with you, ideally someone who's not as emotionally attached to the deceased. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people show up at these type of situations not because they're family, but because they have an ulterior motive. Hate to break it to you. What you need to know before the service. These tips will ensure you know what is going on behind the scenes so you can make sure your loved one will look his or her best at the service. This does not work for Kobe and Gigi and their friends at all because there are remains. They will probably have those remains cremated because, of course, they can't have a casket, open casket. None of that is possible. Okay, but just the information, okay? If the deceased's favorite outfit is a size too small or a size too big, it can be used. Part of the funeral director's job is making the clothes lie perfectly. If you provide a photograph of the deceased to help the funeral home prepare the body, don't bring in your favorite picture from decades ago. Give them something nice but current so they can work realistically. If you opt for cremations, pacemakers will have to be removed because the batteries damage crematories. It's usually less expensive if the body is not present for the funeral. This is especially true if the funeral home would have to do restorative work for an open casket ceremony. So what they have a funeral where you can see the person, but then instead of burying the body is cremated. That's what is. But you know, I didn't know that. I never knew nobody that was cremated, first of all. So I thought when you cremate a person, there's no funeral or nothing. It's just so-and-so died, blah, 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 blah. When's the funeral? Oh, it's not going to be when they were cremated. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, I swear. That's what I thought. So, what did you think? Okay, top secret. If I try to sell you a package that I say will save you money, ask for the individual price list anyway. Our packages often include services you don't want or need. So, the reason why this is good is because the insurance funeral game, why they have to do what they do, I don't understand it. I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think you need to do that. I think that it's a perfectly good vocation. You can really help people during a very stressful time in their life. You don't have to rip them off on top of it. So what you need to do is you need to find a funeral home that is really, really good. I've used one funeral home before. I will never use them again. Never use them again. And it's because I got a chance to see a lot of things. I got a chance because I didn't just work with them on one situation, but I kind of stayed around the industry to kind of see what was going on. I picked up this book because there's things that, and look, there's things in here that I just wanted to know about, you know, because many jobs and vocations, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, honey, until you get in it. Okay, and that is a bad way to go. Do your research if you possibly can. So you better believe I hit up Barnes and Nobles, Amazon.com. I'm looking for information. I am researching. Going to a company's website, getting their annual report. That will tell you a lot, honey. How much money they making? How much the CEO is making? That tell you a lot right there. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a hot mess all the way around. They not doing what they're supposed to do, and they not taking care of the people. And the main reason is because the people have been acting terrible. I would say more about that, but I'm not gonna say it. Okay, so anyway, I gotta go. Top ways to avoid jet lag. What travel agents won't tell you. Top irritating phrases to avoid in email. We need to. Cheers. Thanks in advance. Touch base. Circle back. To be honest. And the worst, please consider the environment before printing this email. Boom, boom, boom. I gotta go. Bye, y'all. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful, safe day. Bye.